Kim here with Little Biz Resources, and in this video I'm going to talk about parallel profits, and I'm specifically going to focus on explaining how you get to $100,000 profit per year like they claim. So first of all, before we get started, let's talk about what is parallel profits. So the simplest explanation that I could come up with is that it's an information product that gets you the training and resources to build a business that can generate you $100,000 per year or more in profit. This business is yours, where you sell critical online services to local business owners. And of course, you'll need to watch the webinar replay for all of the details because it's impossible for me to cover an hour and a half of content in a short period of time, the next 5 or 7 minutes or so. So the biggest question that I have received from people is, how do you make $100,000 per year? I mean, that's a pretty good question there, right? So first, let's talk about the services. So services sold include recurring sales. So you may say, hey, I'm going to build a website for you and I'm going to do some social media management. And both of those, website maintenance and social media management, are going to be recurring monthly income, right? So because many of these services require ongoing maintenance or just to do the services, right? If you're going to do social media management, you have to do that consistently. So in this example, let's talk about a real estate agent that needs social media management. You would go to the real estate agent, you'd sell them monthly social media management services. You would then go back to the corporate company and order the social media management services. So you do not need to know how to do each of the skills. You will learn what services to offer your clients, like what they need, basically how to upsell, but at the same time, you're going to be connecting with what their needs are. So you wouldn't want to sell them something like this overly huge website if they don't really need it. They just need a simple couple pages or something. Right, so you don't want to give them something they don't need, and that's the whole idea, is that you're going to provide this service to them and help them. So then, of course, everybody goes, wait, so how does that turn into $100,000? Well, what you'll learn in the webinar is that they talk about the number of 7. So 7 clients on average would get you roughly $100,000 profit per year. And so I've done this little chart here to show you the plan. So they have a plan that in the first month, which would be by the end of March, you would get 1 customer. Now, I've kind of extrapolated this average out of $1,150. Your first customer might be 500, your first customer might be 5,000. There's really no way to know until you get your first customer. So let's just go with the average 1150 just to give you an idea. So your first customer is $11.50 per month is what you'll be getting from them for the services. Maybe they have a website, maybe they have social media management, maybe they have visibility campaigns, where you're doing search engine optimization, you're doing citations, something like that, that will have recurring actions. So they're going to pay you they're going to pay you more than this, but this is what your profit would be after you get paid, would be $1,150 per month. Then in the second month, so in this case it would be April, you would add 2 more customers for a total of 3 customers, and that's putting you at a run rate of $41,400 per year right now. And that's just with 3 customers. Now when you add on in your month 3, you're going to add on, right here, you're going to add on 4 more customers to give you 7 customers at $8,000 average profit between the 7 customers, and that, in my calculations, puts you at $96,600. Of course, they say 100,000. It could be more, it could be less. So what I've done in this chart is I've also extrapolated this out to say if you just consistently did 4 per month here, then you can get, by the end of next year, so not this year, but the end of next year, you'd be over $1 million profit for the year, for each year after that. Right, so let's just say that on the conservative side, you only get 1. You can come in here, you can get access to this and change it how you want later. Let's actually work on 11 that month. So we just do 1 for all of these. And you're still going to make, by the end of this year, you'll still be on par to do $138,000 per year. Now let's change this to 500. Let's say I'm just going to make $500 per client. You would still, by the end of the year, be on par to make $60,000, and then over 130, at 132,000 by the end of next year. So you can play with these all you want and get those numbers, but that's just to give you an idea of how they came up with the $100,000. In their scenario, it's based on their experience, which this is not unheard of. In fact, I just watched a webinar earlier today where somebody was selling access to one service that you can provide, and they were charging almost this much, if not more, just for that one service. So just think about it, that you're getting one service and you're going to be charging a couple $1,000s for it. So now you can extrapolate that out to like there's 30, 40 different kind of services you can offer people. Maybe not that many depending on what you're working with or what your specialty is, but let's just say there's only 10 different services. You could easily get up to a couple $1,000s. So now the second question I get, and sorry this is all blacked out, I didn't want anybody to start spamming these companies, was how do I know that there's companies that need these services? So what I did is I did a search in my area, and I'm in Arlington, Texas, so I'm in a moderate area. We've got about 400,000 people in our city. And I just did our city, and I looked for one niche. So I can tell you there are over 100 local niches, over. And I just did one niche, and this is how many results came up. And the reason why the black ones in the middle here in this column Z mean that there was a website, right? So I'm going to show you, these are the ones missing websites. I mean, that's a lot of them here. That's a lot of them that are missing websites, right? So then the other thing I highlighted here is this Google My Business status. So on maps, unclaimed, these are all the green, they're unclaimed. Those are all businesses that need help, right? Those business owners need some help with this. So just think that's one niche, right? So the question is, well, can I come up with 7 customers? Yeah, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, you close a couple of these, a couple in another niche, and a couple in another niche, and you're golden, right? You're up to your 7, and you can keep going. So that's just answering the kind of like, well, is there even potential? There is. There really is potential. I've worked with many business owners who need the help. So if you're at all interested in building yourself a business that you can generate $100,000 per year or more, and you saw with the little calculator or with the little spreadsheet that you can make more, then go ahead and check out the webinar. It doesn't hurt you to watch the webinar and then get some information. And they're closing this on no later than Friday, maybe earlier. So hurry up and watch it, then make a decision before the weekend, well, before Friday comes, right? So if you guys have any questions, hop on into the Lead Generation Source membership or the Facebook page, and then I can answer some questions in there, or you can just, put a comment on this. Thanks.